Okay, try that again. So I am making my first attempt at this month's soap challenge club, which is a ghost swirl. So I'm just going to do a little baby 2-pound mold, and I'm going to try to do a little Taiwan swirl. Hopefully I will get a couple nice tall skinny bars out of it. So that's the idea. I've got my recipe up above, and I don't want to show it to you because it's my recipe that I use for everything. So, but this is the master batch oils. This is the entire amount, and I just wanted to show I am doing Holly Sagebrush as the fragrance. It turns a little purpley in cold process soap dough, and I know this because my friend Nathan at Clover Soap Works told me it did. So I am, but it's not like a huge discoloration, it's just like a wee. So I'm hoping that maybe it'll kind of show a cool difference, and if not, it's a little baby 2-pound batch. It smells amazing, so I'm okay with that. So this is the pre-measured at fragrance oil. I am just adding it in. It also behaves very nicely. So that is that part done. So we'll put that off to the side. And now we're gonna do our lye. So we're gonna do the, oh, I need to get a lye bottle. We are gonna do the low water first. And that is only because that is only gonna be with ice cubes. I don't want to use any water because I want to do this kind of quick. So I'm using 2.09 amount of lye. Such baby amounts of lye. So cute. Or 72 or 59.18 grams, whichever you want to do. Now you guys know why I don't show this part. Really awkward. I really hate math. All right, so that is number 1. And for the water of that, we need 2.55 ounces. So 2.4. Oh, that's too much. Didn't think it would go that high that fast. 3.10. Three. God bless. I really poured that much water in there? Guess I did. Again, this is why I don't usually do this on film, because I am very awkward. Okay. Now it's 2.45. Kill me. Just 2.65. Y'all bored yet? Because I am bored. I'm the one doing this. Yay, 2.55 exactly. Hallelujah, praise Jesus. Okay, so now I'm gonna get my little spoon and move this over, and we are gonna add our lye to this. And it is very, very weird to not be adding any silk or anything. The only nice thing with doing the lye without any silk is that I can do it over ice like this, and it really cuts down on the fumes. So if you have a sensitivity to the lye fumes like I do, I get very sensitive with it, this is a great way to cut down on those. And I did this with distilled water ice cubes because I only have so much time tonight and very busy. It's a very busy time of the year for me. And I'm sure it's busy for everybody. Fall frenzy, right? I didn't get that until this year. I really get it this year. So I wanted to try to get this attempt out of the way so I could then go back to some other projects that I need to get working on for Christmas release, because, you know, Christmas is coming. No anxiety there. Okay. So this is the low water. So this is the 45%. I am just trying to get the rest. What am I feeling here? Is it an ice cube? No, it's a little lye chunk. So my only complaint when I do pure ice like this is the lye likes to kind of clump like it's done here. So you gotta kind of be mean to it. When you find the little clumps, like I think I've talked about other videos, like if you find a clump, like, you know, don't mix the soap until you get rid of all the clumps. So I'm just trying to get this little guy and break him up, because he will cause problems later on. We don't want to have like a chunk of lye in our soap. Did I get it? No, I still feel it. Where are you? Come here. All right. So I'm just gonna break that up a little bit more. There we go. So satisfying. Did you guys hear that crunch? Oh, so satisfying. There. Much better. Okay, so I'm gonna give that just a little bit to cool down, and I'm gonna get ready for the other lye water. So hold on 1 second. All right, sorry, I was just trying to do too much at once. Okay, so now we need, this is gonna be the, oh, I should write on that, shouldn't I? Because later on I will forget. And you are low. Will you let me write? No, of course you won't. That'd be too easy. All right, so now I know this is the low water, and this is going to be the high water. All right, so we have the same amount of lye, which is 2.09. You guys see that? Yeah, you can't get it. Okay. And we need 4.87 ounces. So again, going first to our ice cubes. And do the rest in water. And again, I'm too fast. Let's take an ice cube out. Because I didn't like that was so linty. 4.95. $4.90. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so now we'll mix this one. And I am gonna add sodium lactate since we are allowed to, but I'm not gonna add it until this is just a little bit cooler. Yeah, good. No more crystals. Okay, good. Just trying to keep any of the lye from making little clumps again like it did in the other one, which I routinely soap with lye at a low water discount because I add in my goat milk. I usually do a 1-to-1 or even a 40%. So it's, you know, actually not enough water for a lye technically. So it's not, I'm not unused to it. Yeah, see, and this one has no chunkies. So much more satisfying. Okay. And I know it probably seems kind of silly that I labeled the low water and the high water because, you know, you can just look at it and see the difference. But unfortunately, I am so dyslexic that if I don't help myself a little bit, I'll make a mistake. So now our lye is mixed, and I am just going to put this off to the side and get another container and divide this into the 2 batches. All right, so I've just gone and grabbed another container. Hopefully you can see that, and I've teared it out. There's nothing in there. I feel like there's nothing in my hat. I feel like a magician. Mostly because I'm not wearing a hat. I guess nothing in my face shield. So I've learned over the years that if I'm dividing out a batch, especially my recipe, because I've got some weird kind of honky butters in there that like to solidify, it really helps me to make sure it's pretty warm. This is actually almost borderline cold, but also really give the bottom a good stir, because sometimes the heavier butters, when they start to solidify, they'll kind of go to the bottom and then your recipe isn't balanced. So I'm just going to split this off to 16 ounces in here. Again, this isn't very exciting, sorry. Another reason I don't do this on camera normally. Oh, a little over. Switch that over. Okay, just a wee over, so we'll just give it back a little bit. Yes, you did hear a door in the background. That was my daughter looking for me. Okay, so now these are exactly half and half. So we can take Mr. Scale and go tuck him over meal. Okay. So that's these guys. Oh God, it's such a small amount of oil. All right, so what is your temperature? Not quite room temp, but a little above. How about you? You are actually cooler, even though you had less water. Science is fun. All right, let me give that lye just a couple more moments to, well, actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, here is our mold. Again, I'm gonna try to do a little Taiwan swirl. I'm not sure how successful I'll be, but we will try. It's my little janky made up dividers that I made myself out of some cardboard. Although now that I'm looking at it, I'm glad I did that because I just realized that these are not even. Oh, Winnie. Winnie, Winnie, Winnie. Okay, that's better. All right, so in the tutorial, she just kind of whisked them, and she said that the lower oil, which will be this one, was better behaved than the higher oil, which was this one. So, all right, sorry, I was just fixing that so you guys could actually see what I was doing. I do have a stick blender ready to go. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Like, I've made like a million batches of soap. Why is this one stressful to me? It's a great question. All right, I've got my chopstick, which had some activated charcoal on it, so I'm just rubbing that off. It's a little schmutzy. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that. Where's the clean one? I know I have a clean one. Ah, here we go. Much better. Okay, so I'm gonna mix these, and then I'm going to pour them in here and do a Taiwan swirl. And that's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna grab a container though to put my dividers in. Made some cats earlier, so I'll put that in this dirty dish here off to the side. All right, so let's do the thing. So this is going to be low water. I'll put you in here. And if you're thinking to yourself, gosh, wasn't she gonna add sodium lactate? I did, I just didn't realize the camera wasn't on. So since this one's supposed to behave a little bit better than the other one, I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of a head start because I figure that's the smart thing to do. We'll find out. We'll see how smart I am. It may not be the smart thing to do, but we'll see. And something that I learned from when my sister made some soap was that if you use the same utensil in both batches, you risk losing your color change. So I've grabbed another whisk. And I shall use this for this one. How weird. I'll be gosh darn, it sure does come to trace a lot faster. I would have bet money that it would have been the opposite. Science is so cool. I like science. Well, it makes it a lot easier to see which is what though, doesn't it? All right. My recipe isn't normally one that is like crazy well behaved. So, I mean, it's okay. It's just not perfect. But again, I'm going to follow what Amy did, and Amy stick blended. Bubbles. You know, I was just using a stick blender earlier today and it behaved magnificently. So I don't know why all of a sudden it's doing this to me. I'm really over it. Okay. For a stick blender that adds a lot of bubbles, if you can kind of just keep it still for a second, you can usually collect them all and kind of squish them up against the side of the soap container like I just did. All right, how about you? Interesting, and there's still different colors. That is wild. Very cool. Why didn't I do this sooner? All right, so I'm planning on having a little bit of extra because this makes just a little bit more than the mold takes. So whatever extra I have, I will use as soap dough. Ooh, stay. Good girl. All right, so yeah, it's behaving pretty darn good. So weird. So blue is low water. I should have matched those up. Let's wipe these down and make it match because I got issues. Nobody judge me. If you're judging me, leave it out of the comments. See, blue and blue. Okay. And we'll make pink the low water. All right, so just worried that like this didn't come all the way to trace. I'm gonna give it a couple little blends, but just wiping out the bell of my stick blender, so I'm not incorporating any of the low water soap. Not that I think it'll really make a huge difference, but like, what if it did? All right. Can I hear the bubbles? Brat. Yeah, see, it still needed some love. It's just these containers. And we have all those bubbles that just came out. Stick blender and it just behaved to me, so I thought its naughty days were over. All right. At least this smells pretty. Stay. Stay. All right. Pretty satisfied with that. So now I'm going to put these into 2 little containers. It's not the same size. It's gonna drive me nuts. You are. Okay. And again, just pictures. Just wiping them out, because I was a lazy soap maker and I didn't wipe them out ahead of time. Okay, so this is the high water. We'll grab our blue. And I'm just transferring them into here so it's easier to pour into my mold. Not, you know, because I like to do more soap dishes. That's the secret reason. I'm channeling Lisa, who just loves to do the soap dishes, just loves them. It's her favorite part, doing the soap dishes. All right. That's still pretty decently behaved. Okay. And put that over around. Okay. Oh, you're starting to thicken up a little bit. Probably stick blended you too much. Okay. Again, putting the low sticker on the low so I know what's what. And again, yes, I know I could just look at it, but I have issues and it stresses me out. See, this is behaving much more like what I would have thought the lower water would. It's a little thicker. Still very workable, just thicker. Okay. All right, so now let's actually pour our little design. So I want to do the low in the middle, surrounded by the high. So, you guys see me? You guys see? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. So I'm just gonna just not totally trusting my dividers. That's all that's happening. Which They're actually behaving very nicely, so I'm feeling better. Not too much, not too much. I am overfilling just a scooch because I know when I take out these dividers, I'm taking up a lot of space and I'm going to lose space. So now, that one's really in there. So worried about if it chickled out. Okay. All right, I don't really see, well, I can kind of see a stripe. I'm not gonna lie, I can see it a little bit. So, I should have done like a flower or something. All right, whatever. All right, get that little piece of dust off. I have no idea if this worked. I'm not gonna lie, but I can kind of see a different color in the middle. It's very faint, and I am just gonna trust the process. So I'm going to spray with some alcohol and wrap up in a towel. And the rest of this is going to become soap dough. So, yay. All right, so it's the next day and I am super pleased with how this looks so far. It's really kind of cool looking. It's purpley. I haven't used this scent raw with just regular soap, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but it's really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and unmold it. And this fragrance is an oxidizer, so I'm expecting it to get more purple as time goes on. But my plan is to cut it like a regular Taiwan swirl. So I'm gonna try to cut it into like kind of long, skinny bars. Silicone is so strange. I like it, but it's just like so wobbly that like I don't know how to unmold these little ones right. Cool. Bottom look cool too. Alright, just gonna kind of clean up these edges. So I don't know if my, let's see. Will you fit this way? No, but I kind of want these to be the same size as my regular bars. So I have to make a decision, huh? Do I like this side better or this side? Decisions. I think I like that side better. So that's this long. This is my high-tech measuring. It's something, right? Okay. Weird, the inside's just all light. Don't really see anything. I guess you kind of see the stripes here. Weird. Okay, so now this is nerve-wracking. Let go. So that's the inside. I don't know if you can really, can you see the swirl? Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I hope it'll look cooler as that color kind of comes in. I'm really curious what that's gonna do. Because I love the kind of purpley color it is now. The last one. What's that little spot there? It's weird. All right. This is the last one, so it's the bottom of the loaf. So we will let those do their thing. Should I cut this? I mean, sure, why not? Put a couple sample bars of this. Put it on the straight side. If you can hear that noise in the background, you're not crazy. That is my cat who is pissed that I am in here and he is not. All right, there we go. Some little baby samples. See what these little guys look like. All right, so now that I've done that one, I'm gonna turn this off and on again and do this loaf.